Okay, our final talk for today is going to cover issues of identity, stereotypes, and prejudice. If you haven't watched the video on the social and cultural identities, or if you haven't read your book yet, go ahead and do that before you continue on with this video. So all the social and all the cultural identities that we've talked about thus far have the potential to form the bias for stereotyping, prejudice, and racism. Stereotypes are widely held beliefs about a group of people. In essence, they let us to know what we should expect from that group of people. So do know we can't really eliminate stereotypes from our lives. They're there because they help us cognitively process all of the information we have to process on a daily basis. So they really help us understand the world around us. If we weren't using stereotypes, there's no way we could attend to all the different stimuli in the world around us. So we have to have these preconceived ideas about how to interpret the stimuli that we encounter so that we can make decisions about how to respond to the things that are happening to us. That being said, stereotypes can be bad when we don't allow individuals to change the stereotypical beliefs that we hold. So the stereotypes in and of themselves can be problematic but don't necessarily have to be. But when they truly become problematic is when we don't let individuals overcome or display identities that are contrary to the stereotypes we hold about that group of people. Generally speaking, we learn the stereotypes that we utilize from the media, from our families, and from past experiences that we've had. Prejudices, then, are attitudes which are usually negative towards a cultural group that are based on little or no evidence. Further, while stereotypes tell us what a group is like, prejudices tell us how we should feel about that group of people. Just as stereotyping is part of normal cognitive functioning, researchers believe that there are very normal reasons why individuals hold prejudices. 4 such reasons are the utilitarian function. So this one more or less means that people hold prejudices because they lead to rewards. So for example, the dad in this cartoon has prejudices against homosexuals. His son, for utilitarian reasons, might opt to also hold those prejudices because he'll either be rewarded for his dad for doing it or because he can escape persecution from his dad for not doing it. So in this function, you go along with the prejudice to be accepted or to reap the other rewards that are associated with owning that prejudice. With the ego defensiveness function, a person holds prejudices because he doesn't want to believe bad things about himself. So this teacher is screaming at his students, and he's likely not then going to be the world's best teacher, right? That being said, he might hold prejudices against students, so anger or contempt for students, because those students are lazy or they're apathetic. And the rationale behind this ego defensiveness function would be that he's doing this so that he doesn't have to accept that he might be the problem. So he can blame the bad test scores and the bad homework scores on the lazy and apathetic students rather than blaming it on his teaching style. We also have the value expressiveness function, and this holds that people maintain certain prejudices because they reinforce aspects of their identity that are valued by society. So some people hold to their religious identity and they're prejudiced against those who don't hold to the same identity. They value their religion, and rejecting the opposing religion is sanctioned by the other members of their religious community. So they're accepted and they're valued within the community when they hold that belief that the other religion is wrong. We might also hold prejudices for knowledge functions. The knowledge function holds that people have prejudices because it allows them to order their world in a way that makes sense. So if you filed a way that individuals from a certain group make bad dating partners, the next time you meet someone from that group, you don't even need to consider them as a potential mate. You can just reject them right away. And you know how to react in this situation because you have that knowledge-based prejudice. So just like stereotypes can save us time and energy when interacting with new people, knowledge-based prejudices can save us time and energy. However, they can also prevent you from making meaningful connections with people in the world. In the end, stereotypes and prejudices can be bad, and we have to actively work to counteract them in our lives. Understanding how stereotypes and prejudices can confirm our identities helps us to understand why they can be so difficult to overcome. Even when we have knowledge that a minority group isn't to be looked down upon or feared, we can still hold prejudices for utilitarian or ego defensive reasons. So there's lots of complex things that we have to consider when we're looking to decrease the stereotypes and the prejudices that we hold. There's lots of complex reasons why we hold on to them, and those all need to be taken into account when we're working to counteract those things in our lives.